Swallow, they did against him, against Ashley Theophane. They did it again, 2-3 times already. I just have a feeling, it's a top-ranked card. He's fighting a top-ranked fighter. It's just, I just know how boxing things works. Unless he knocks him out, which unfortunately, I don't think he has the power to do. He probably, he definitely has sharp punching where he could cut him. Maybe he'll stop him that way. Or maybe, because honestly, Pavel Wolak's right eye, I was watching an interview, it still doesn't look the same. As far as his left eye, it looks a little different. I mean, so maybe he could swell that up again, and maybe that could give him the advantage where he dominates him to the point where they have to give him the decision. So I'm picking up Delvin by decision, but I don't think he gets it. I think they give it a Wolak just because he's a top-ranked fighter. And then one of my favorite fighters, in the ring as well as out the ring, because I watch a lot of Ellie Setback's videos, and they feature a lot of him, and that's Brandon Rios versus John Murray. This is another fight where it's definitely going to be entertaining, because any fight where Brandon Rios is entertaining. But as far as competitive, you have to doubt, because, John Murray fought Kevin Mitchell, and Kevin Mitchell is not exactly, I don't want to say he's not a good fighter, but he's definitely not a world beater. He's definitely a good fighter. He beat Prescott, and but he got knocked out by Michael Katsidis, I believe in 3 rounds or something like that. And Michael Katsidis is definitely not, he's never been a world champion. I mean, he has power, he definitely comes to fight, but I mean, he's definitely not a world beater. So I think this will be another fight, like as far as the Mike Jones Sebastian Lujan fight, where it's gonna be entertaining for as long as it lasts. I'm picking Brandon Rios by real quick knockout, like not quick knockout, but maybe like mid rounds, like 6 or 7 round knockout. And I believe it should be entertaining. This will probably steal the show, because John Murray comes to fight as well, as does Brandon Rios. So this should be definitely a good fight where the fans will probably be standing up asking for more. As far as the main event, there's a lot of variables to the main event. There's the variable of, damn, it's fucking cold in New York over here. I'm going to the fight, actually. I forgot to mention that at the beginning. I'm going to the fight. There's a lot of variables as far as Antonio Margarito's hand wraps. Like, did he use it? I personally think he did. I mean, I know a lot of people, he never got caught using it in a fight. He just got caught trying to use it. I mean, but it's just my personal opinion. I felt he used it. I mean, what's the difference between, like, his punches in the fight against Mosley and then in the fight against Cotto? Is just totally big difference. And as far as the red stain, the crack in the hand wraps, the photo that Cotto showed, there's also just a lot of things. A lot of things just seem fishy. I've had my hands wrapped before with gauze. I'm a fighter. I'm an amateur fighter, but I'm still a fighter, so I've had my hand wraps before. I would know if something other than gauze and tape is being put on my hands. I mean, it's just something like a lot of people haven't fought before, never got their hand wraps before, so they could be like, oh, maybe he just didn't know. Like, I don't believe that. I mean, I personally have my hand wraps before. It's just gauze and tape. I mean, I don't see where something else can be put in your gloves and you not know. So he claims he didn't know that the hand wraps were tampered with in the Mosley fight, but he's 100% sure in the Cotto fight he didn't use it. Like, how does that work? Also, another variable is that I believe once you hit 154 pounds, the gloves turn into 10-ounce gloves as opposed to 8 ounces in 147 and below. So I believe that not only would take some steam off the punches, just in general, just because that's how things go when you use heavier gloves. there's less power in them. And plus you put into account that he might not be using the same wraps, which is a maybe. I mean, although I think he didn't. It's a maybe, so he's definitely going to be punching less harder. I mean, but there's also the variable about Cotto's mental process during this fight. He did get knocked out by this guy, and it was a brutal knockout. Not in the sense that it was brutal as far as like it was a one-punch knockout, he got knocked out cold, but it was brutal in the sense that he took a lot of punishment leading up to the knockout. So he might be scared. Like, I mean, like I was so confident in picking Cotto to win this fight until I saw the face-off where he's like, I'm not willing to die, that's stupid, that's this, that's that. I mean, as a boxer, you should be willing to die in the ring. I know how harsh that sounds. I know that sounds like, oh my God, you don't care about his life, his family, like the way he was saying it. But at the end of the day, if somebody's willing to give their life, and they may be losing a fight, but they landed good punches, and then the person who's not willing to die, he may be winning, but he's like, hold on, I'm taking this punishment for what? For the fans, for you, for the ref, for who? It's like, it's like, let me just quit. I'll get out here, get my $5 million paycheck, plus pay-per-view, plus whatever tickets sold. I just go home and just chill with my family in Puerto Rico, go to a nice beach, So that definitely worries me, his mental state. As far that's pretty much as far as the weight. I think it definitely favors Margarito because Margarito's such a big guy. He's like, I believe he's like 5'11". So and Cotto's like 5'8", 5'9". So Margarito definitely has a bigger frame for 154, and I believe the fight's at 153 anyways. Not that makes a big difference, but yeah, I just thought I'd mention it since I keep saying 154. So yeah, I'm picking Cotto, but that's only because I just feel Margarito's taking way too much punishment after they fought. There were two separate occasions where I was watching a Margarito fight, and I actually thought, like, yo, this dude, like, they should stop this fight. This dude's about to die. Like, that's how serious it was. It was, like, to the point where I was like, if I had any kids around, like, I would cover their eyes. Like, that Mosley fight, he took an absurd amount of punishment. And I believe it was an 8th round knockout or 9th round knockout. But he just took, from the first round all the way to the last, just punishment after punishment. And Mosley's a hard hitter. So, and then, he takes a year off. Then he fights, he takes 16 months off. Then he fights a guy named Roberto Garcia, not his trainer, some other dude. And then he looks like garbage in that fight. And he takes punches, unnecessary punches. And then, but he ends up winning that fight. And then he fights Pacquiao and takes a freaking beating to the point where his face is broken in. And then he has 2 surgeries, one to repair the bone in his face, the other one to repair his eye. So there's a lot of like wear and tear on this guy's face. So maybe the doctors cleared him, all right. I believe that because, doctors are doctors. I don't got a doctor's degree. So maybe this stuff internally as far as his brain that is not the same, because there's no way you take that much punishment. Plus, he took a lot of punishment in the Paul Williams fight. Took a lot of punishment in the Colati fight. He took a lot of punishment in the Cotto fight, even though he won. He's been in some brutal wars, and I imagine he spars that way. That's how he came up, So there's a lot of like wear and tear. There's a lot of wear and tear on Cotto, but since the Pacquiao fight, he's taken on lighter fighters. He's fought Yuri Foreman. He's fought Ricardo Mayorga. He didn't take a lot of punishment in that fight, and and he's had long layoffs, which is like, in a sense, they both taken long layoffs. But I feel like Cotto's been resting and Margarito's been recovering, which is 2 totally different things as far as layoffs go. So I'm picking Cotto, maybe late stoppage, maybe unanimous decision. And I feel that actually the amateur coach is actually going to help. I know a lot of people criticizing him because of that, but actually one of the reasons he lost the Margarito